Welcome back to Geeks, Keep You Running, produced by Piedmont Technical Experts, your business-to-business IT and cybersecurity services experts that keep you running. As always, I'm your host, Jonathan Beck, and I hope you're ready for another fast-paced tech topic. Welcome to Season 1, Episode 24 of Geeks, Keep You Running, and today we're going to be talking about backups. Yes, backups may sound boring, and they probably are till you need them, which is what we're going to be talking about today. So let's get started by talking about some backup misconceptions. Misconception number 1, my data is in the cloud, so it must be backed up. Well, the truth is most cloud providers are backing up their data, but in a lot of instances, it's geared towards if there's a disaster in their data center, not with an individual tenant or client data. Most cloud providers actually recommend for your disasters you have your own backup solution. My backups are running and they say they're successful, so they must be recoverable. So this one's a scary misconception. But the truth is, just because your backups say they ran, doesn't always mean they're successful. The only successful backups are the ones that are tested and proven. Backups could have been running to a bad drive, or they could have been backed up to a good drive, but while the media was in storage, it could have corrupted. The only surefire way to know if your backups are working is to test them. The final misconception to go over is I don't have a server, so I don't need a backup. In this day and age, a lot of small businesses can do without a server. It's not a requirement anymore. That's not to say there's not mission-critical data stored on a workstation, or you may have a desktop that's acting like a server, such as hosting your QuickBooks data or other financial software. How much damage could it do to your business if that data was just missing one day? That's why now you should be looking at backing up critical workstations too. So when you're talking about backups, the first thing you have to determine is what are you wanting to back up before you select your backup solution. Is it on-premise data or in the building data, or is it in the cloud? It's also important to get your data off-site, even if it's in the cloud. So are you going to do direct-to-cloud backups? If it's on-premise, direct-to-cloud with a replication back on-premise, or direct to a on-premise device and then to the cloud? Or if it's a cloud environment, are you going to do a cloud-to-cloud backup? So let's start off by talking about on-premise backups. Way back in the day, backups were to tapes, much like you see here. It's technology that's been around since 1951 for data storage. Now, the amount of data and the price of disks are so low now, we are doing direct-to-disk backups. But if the data center blows up, we need to make sure those tapes or disks didn't blow up with them. So that's where we get to tape rotation or disk rotation. Newest backups go off-site, and the oldest ones come back on-site to be written over. It's the FIFO, or first in, first out principle, with media swapping. It gives you the greatest retention period. Even better than media swapping is to get your backup replication to going to the cloud. Keep all your backups on site and then replicate them to the cloud. This cuts down on swapping and makes sure your data is safe off-site. When it comes to your on-premise backups, you typically have two types of backup, and both have their place depending on your needs and budget. Image backups snap a shot of the drive and allow you to lay that image down on a new drive of equal or greater size, and typically is the most user-friendly when dealing with dissimilar hardware. They tend to be a bit more costly than their file-level counterparts. File-level backups are good for workstations, typically when you have quiet time on the system when the files are not open or accessed. File level can be used with servers depending on the solution, But be wary of using file-level backups on servers with any kind of database, including Exchange, SQL, and Active Directory, just to name a few. Cloud backups could be used to back up your on-premise environment, but you can also use them to back up your cloud environments like G Suite or Office 365. As previously mentioned, these platforms are backing up their data centers and your data, but primarily from the standpoint of a disaster happening within their data center, not from John Doe user deleting a file 6 months ago. They're not going to be able to recover that. This is where cloud backup plays an important role. The specific solution would be based on your requirements like retention rate and amount of data that is being backed up. Oftentimes, pricing for cloud backups is going to be based on one or both of these requirements. However, some may be priced just on the storage of the active backup and give you unlimited versioning or unlimited retention rate of your other backups. This is where having a trusted resource helping you determine your specific need comes into play. Remember, when it comes to having backup, it's only too late to start when you need to use a backup and don't have it. I appreciate your time today, and remember to like and subscribe for future Geeks Keep Us Running episodes. Once again, Geeks Keep You Running is produced by Piedmont Technical Experts. Piedmont Technical Experts can handle all your technology needs with the expertise to keep you running. Our goal is to take the IT stress off your plate so you can focus on your business instead of in your business. These are just a few of the ways we can assist you. Again, I'm Jonathan Beck, and I've been your host today, and I'm very excited and appreciative of all our listeners and subscribers. Here's our contact information, and I hope to see you come back for a future podcast.